Yo, what's up, traders? How you guys doing tonight? It's a special Tuesday. We've got just now under 24 hours for the quarterly close on the crypto markets, and it's gonna be a good one, I have a feeling. So thanks for joining us late tonight. I know it's not our typical time. I just felt the energy. Feeling the energy right now. Wasn't there earlier in the day. Not much was going on, and now we might be approaching something interesting, so we're gonna take a look here today. We have some big stuff going on tonight, actually outside of the crypto world. We have the US presidential debate, I believe, starting at 9 p.m. EST, so that is 4.5 hours from now, just after close. It'd be a spicy time, so I hope you guys are ready for some charting. We're definitely at an interesting point, just retouching this 10,760 level again after having another swing low, higher low. So are we pumping or dumping, guys? What are we doing here? First look at this, we have a very similar pattern. Let's bring this over to the big chart. Very similar pattern here locally. Take a look at that. Let me get it nice and sized up. So, on the 21st and 23rd, we had when the sell-off kind of started from the 11,000 area, we had a low and a lower low. We caught some divergence, pushed price up, back up to the 11,000 level, and rejected. So we have something interesting going on here very locally. And while this pattern is different, because we have a low on the 29th and then another low, but this is a higher low, so it's not quite the same pattern. However, we do have divergence again. We have this very similar low, kind of shelving and then wicking down again. Not quite as clean here, but a similar pattern. And like previously, we have divergence again, and we're seeing it on RSI and MACD. Just like we saw back here. Different types of bullish divergence, nevertheless, still both bullish divergence. Let's take a look. Back up to 10,761. One of the most important values that we have here in the next 24 hours is 10,761. Why is that? Well, we've been talking about it all month. Where have you been? No, not all month. Last week. So why is this the most important value? You may ask. Here's your answer. 3 months, quarterlies, coming to a close in 1 day and 4 hours. Looking left, we can see that 2019 closed and opened there. Wicks above on both candles, failed to close a candle above this level, thus creating a quarterly resistance, 10,761. And that's where price is. That's where we've been hanging out. Definitely are seeing we're seeing interest in this level in the market, as it's kind of out of nowhere stalled here, gone sideways. We've seen some volatility, but nothing too explosive. Oops. But it's clear that the market is still poised for a move. So what signs, what signals do we have of where that move might go? We've been looking at them. We have the 10,761, which is going to come into play into tomorrow's close, into September close. Definitely a value every trader should have their eye on. Weekly is going to still have 4 days left in the candle when this monthly closes. An interesting setup. This is not the best looking monthly close, is it? Interesting is that well, makes sense because of quarterly closes, but we have a monthly support here at 10,761 as well. So that's the value that we want to close September above, because it's the support for both the monthly and the quarterly. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, this monthly candle looks kind of like crap. That's okay. Likely to close, still looking a little crappy, but zooming out is a more important view here. The quarterly close is going to supersede the monthly close. Weekly still not showing us much signs of anything, unfortunately. Daily seems to be ranging above this 10,630 area. Failing to close above 10,800. That would be a wonderful, wonderful sign today. To close this daily above 10,008. That would be amazing. Looking in on the 4 hour. Stuff down here. Looking in on the 4 hour. We see a pretty savage fake out candle in the last 4 hour. Just started a new one. 3 hours and 20 minutes left. You can see that that 4 hour was the sell-off and higher low we were looking at, and that 1 hour bullish divergence translating over to 4 hour. See a low swing and a lower low swing. Oh, a higher low in price action. And what's interesting and nice about it is this is a little more clear cut than usual, because that higher low is seen both in the wicks. We have a higher low on the wick, but we also have it on our candle closes. So there's less kind of mystification here. Sometimes people will take them from the candle close. I usually use the wicks. And here it's really not debated. No matter how you cut it, on the 4 hour it closed higher and swung lower on both MACD and RSI. So clear cut at this point bullish divergence on the 4 hour and the hourly. Now does that mean we're gonna see upside guaranteed? No. But it is a signal. It is somewhat of an edge, at least for a shorter time frame or trade. I think it's going to get really interesting here. We've had a very low volatility month, and September typically is, not just for Bitcoin, but for markets in general. Let's see. Really just the first 5 days of September, we front loaded all the volatility. We had the sell-off from 12,000 all the way down to 9,813, something like that. And since then, I've been ranging pretty tightly. Almost 25 days of 13% range, very low volatility. And really throughout this entire time, we've had no significant edge on the market. Failing to make a lower low or a higher high. We're just ranging sideways. Something I think that's important to understand here is that this sell-off did touch the CME gap. I'm sure everyone's aware of this, but it's been enough time. I think it's time to go back and just run through this again. Originally, this gap that was set back in July spanned from 9,925 down to, or 9,925 to 9,665. We put in a wick down on CME to 9,850, which still leaves this gap open with about a $200 opening. And so a lot of market makers or traders definitely were looking to rebuy any selling that they did in August, basically, with this visible gap. That wick into here filled some orders, but there's absolutely still people and orders waiting at this level. And so touching it, not completely filling, is an interesting situation to be in, because it has the opportunity to leave a bunch of buys out on the market in case of a move up. And it also gives us a target if we do see a breakdown. CME not showing anything too different from regular spot markets right now. Trading a little higher as it has been for the last few weeks even, I think. Maybe some bearish divergence, depends on where this daily and the next daily close. That is an interesting note. Still stuck between what is potentially pretty strong resistance and pretty strong support. 10,550 is held pretty well. We saw an immediate back test off the lows here a few days ago. And so far defended this 10,625 level with a series of higher lows. So this is a pretty tense point. When you have buyers waiting below and then just higher low after higher low after higher low, basically. It's a recipe for a big move. We're either going to trap out buyers, force them to buy in higher, or we're going to have a pretty savage bull trap set up here with these higher lows, trapping longs in as price continues. Here we go. This is why I waited. This is what I was waiting for. Nice. Finally, I babbled on long enough that maybe it's happening. So we may be seeing that divergence play out. We have it very locally on the hour. Maybe even 2 iterations of it. Possibly. A close today above 10,800, like I was saying, that would be very nice. Be a very nice setup for the last day in this month. So here we are. Here we are, boys and girls. 80 watching, nice, pretty good. Pretty good, nice job, everybody. Are we breaking up now? This is what I'm thinking. What I was expecting here with this move. We saw it even here locally on 15-minute, 10,761, just wick. Finally closed a candle above it. Seeing wicks here on the way down from it. This is an important level. Price is very interested in this level. See if there's any local trend line here we can draw from the highs previously. Not need to be a big white or a big thick purple one though. Let's see, where would we draw this? Let's zoom out. 15-minute, a little too specific. So we could see, no, that doesn't look right. That looks a little better. Is there a better area to draw this in? Probably not. Okay. Okay. On the 4-hour looks way closer. Would be good here.
Pretty lines, don't you think?
Rico S, my man. My man, thank you for the 10. Appreciate it. And dude, MAs are the prettiest of lines. Prettiest of lines, man. See where the MAs are. Why not? Yep. 10,008. Previously, the 4-hour was above all the significant moving averages. Lost it. And now fighting back. Fighting back above it. A close above 10.8 would be wonderful for the 1 hour. Certainly. And the 4-hour lines up with it right at the 200. This is spicy. This is spicy, man. We had the 50 and 200 golden cross reject on the 4-hour right here. Price moved down, and now retaking those levels, dude. We are potentially so close to a move. So close. Too many lines. See, I love moving averages, but then when you have trend lines, it just becomes too much on the screen. That's why I don't always have them up anymore. It can be too distracting. Get this daily candle blossom. Daily maintaining that middle Bollinger Band just like we were talking about before. Bouncing off of it. Wicking, moving up, wicking, moving up. 50 MA above us at 11,050. Definitely a spot to be looking on a break up here. Likely to act as resistance. And if we look back, we still haven't tested this this high trend from mid-August to the start of September. We have this white descending trend line. Still has not been tested, which is rare. Unless we see price move sideways deep into October, mid-October, and then touch that trend, it seems unusual. Typically, when you're going to see continuation down, you expect a pretty quick recovery off of a low and to test that high trend line, basically destroying shorts before you send the price down. We did not see that yet. 200 daily sitting at 9,350 area, coming up to our support zone from the previous move up. You can see that 200 curling up, reaching for this 9,600 area where we consolidated for 3 months through May, June, July. It was the most boring of times. You think this time, if you think this little price action is boring, you might have not been around for this grueling sideways. So I'm actually not too upset about what's going on here. It has made September pretty boring, but after this, man, it's all good. We're gonna check in on our little buddy here. Apparently he got removed from the indicators. Here we are, doing very well. The 200 exponential moving average on the daily, continuing to set all-time high after all-time high every day, every single day since early August. Early August, the 200 EMA on the daily, continuous all-time highs, higher than previous 20k price action. So that shows there is some kind of bullish momentum in the market. You can see price is respecting it pretty well since the breakup in April. Hovering above it, bouncing, moving away, coming back. Has not been broken, been totally respected. And so an important price level to be watching. See, it's actually maybe just at 10k now. We're very close. Nope, 9,900. Spicy. A loss of that 200 EMA would be not good. That would be a bearish signal for sure at 9,864. You want to be technical. We can see that typically it is a very well respected exponential moving average. Can be viewed as a bullish signal or a buy signal when it's broken. We can see that back here in April. And a bearish signal or a sell signal when it's broken down. So early March we saw that's a wonderful sell signal, and we see a little noise in between. But in general, almost every time it's broken, there's some gains to be had in whatever direction it was broken. So September 14th saw what, 8,700 to as low as 7.2. Then we saw a break again, 8.6 all the way up to 10.4. The real only fake outs here would be right here, early March. This would have been probably the single fake out I can see on the 200 EMA. It is at least in the last 2 years. Strong signals, so keep an eye on where the 200 exponential moving average is on the daily. Going to be important going forward, I believe. Daily holding that 20 and Bollinger Band, so that is all good. Same with weekly. Certainly the market doesn't feel very bullish, but it doesn't really feel bullish or bearish. It's just kind of sapped of energy. But it is maintaining this level, and that's the level we've been watching now for 4 weeks. Been very successful. And if we look at that 200 EMA on the weekly, we can see that it's very good at defining bottoms. So we don't see a candle close actually on all of Coinbase's chart here underneath that 200 weekly EMA. We see it tested twice, and that's it. And down at 6,400, this could very well be the floor. The 200 EMA never points down. I think even if we go on the BLX, which has a much longer chart history, never points down. It is always slowly trucking up. We should pull up the BLX. Nope, too lazy. Always trucking up slowly, and very well could be, if we see some kind of catastrophic event, very well could be the floor. So keep an eye. I think the most important ranges right now are this. On the upside, clearly the quarterly resistance, but the downside, 9,600-ish area here, and a loss of that, man, probably going to be looking at the 200 weekly. Because 200 daily is very close to that zone anyway, or just above it. So that is our little take on the Bitcoins and where we are at the moment. Pretty cut and dry. Not too far away from where we've been. 1 hour Bollinger Band's tightening up again. Could be ready for a move. Looks like it sold off a bit though. No, it might be interesting. Let's remove all this junk. Let's look at some hawk candles. Haven't looked at those in a little bit. Could be a good practice. Nothing too fancy here on the daily. Or on the hourly. Not the daily. Okay. Nothing too fancy on the daily either. Zoom it out. Weekly. Might be seeing twist here on the weekly. Looks pretty similar to this price action in June. Just printing our first little green button over here. Monthly never really lost its power, it seems. Green hot candles on the monthly since April. Very nice. Very, very nice. Looking back, bull trends tend to be long series of green hot candles on the monthly. We had one red one in August 2016, and that is it. Wouldn't that be nice? Just to see this. All of this wonderful green just sprout out from here. Fly away. In dream. And 4 hours ugly as anything on the hot candles. That just looks like nothing to me. Alright, well that's enough of that. Thought maybe they'd be a little more interesting. Closing out our hourly here. 2 hours remain till the daily close. Bum bum bum. For people just joining us, looking for 10-8 for today's close. I think that would be a wonderful sign. In conclusion, man, I wish I had the answer. The conclusion is tomorrow is going to be a defining day for where Bitcoin is headed for the end of this year. We're looking for a close above 10,761 for this monthly close to close above the previous quarterly resistance. And it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty reasonable. We're hovering around that price within a few dollars, which is fractions of a percent. Doesn't seem too interested in selling off at this moment. Close of the monthly above it, tests it, hopefully confirms it as support. So this is the most important value, and while it's not a super exciting value, we only have 1 day and 4 hours left. Not even 4 hours, I don't know why it's saying that. 3 hours. Chart's lying to me. In conclusion, we still don't have a super meaningful edge on longer time frames, minus the weekly. Hourly and 4 hours showing bullish divergence. Touching that local trend here. All right, here we go. 3 hours till close. Whatever. I think I said 2. That was not correct. Gonna get interesting, I think. I just have a feeling. Might be wrong. Dang, another candle close below the 10.761. This value. I think it's a value that not a lot of people are looking at, but I think it is the most important. The most important, and we are so close to it that not looking at it doesn't make sense to me. Hopefully we get this spice while we're on here tonight. Is it party time? It's always party time here. Woot woot. Let's see who's here today. I've been in my own zone. Julian Chaponcho. Yeah, we live in here. What's up, dude? Turk 1. Takeout candle all month. That's what I do. That you're on my page here, Turk. I don't have the evidence for it. The weekly is the only thing that's keeping me bullish. And I suppose the daily now holding the 20 as well. But outside of that, man, no real edge on this long time frame. But I'm looking for a run. I'm looking for a run up into the close of September. Preferably, let's see, the ideal close of this month above 11,350. Eliminate that bearish engulfing. Hopium close here would be 11,664. Give us an awesome looking hammer on the monthly, awesome looking quarterly close, and that's going to set up Bitcoin for Q4 in such a wonderful position. Now, I think that's a little much to ask for, but it's not impossible. And if it was going to happen this month, it's likely going to happen. Well, it's going to happen in the next 24 hours because it's over. Keeping an eye here. Marty R, what's up, dude? RSGAR, welcome, bro. Ja, my brother. Hope you're feeling good today, my friend. Applegate experience, my boy. Time for ludicrous spice. I hope so. I wouldn't have waited all day to go live if I didn't think something was going to happen here. Marty R, need more volume. Nathan V60, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Been a little bit. Welcome back. Pivotal, what's up, my man? Party Papa, Party Papa. Party Poppers all around for everyone. Let's zoom this in. Zoom it in. Is there anything crazy we can look at on the 5 minute? Maybe we see some kind of divergence. Not really. Unless there's a break up here on the 5 minute, we'll have some bearish divergence. That could lead to a catastrophic move down 1% maybe. Not catastrophic. What's up, Bella B? Crypto Sharknado. My boys are here. New Fallen Angel. What's up, man? Justin Moon. We've got some pompers and we've got some dompers today. I like that. I like the spread. Rico, MAs can turn Rembrandts into Picassos real quick. Totally true. Josh Derm. I already have OMG pulled up for you, Josh. I figured you'd be here. Fancy meeting you here. How unexpected. In my experience, was election time off for the market. I'm not that old, so I haven't observed through Too many. So I think there's logical conclusions we can draw, but I'm hesitant to stamp any definite thing on it. Weird. Tried different settings today, hoping that helps out with our search problems. And again, nothing bad, but just weird little alerts from YouTube. Elections, just times of uncertainty. I think times of fear, to be honest. I think in 2020, only because this year is marked by fear, and there's really no way around saying that. No matter what you believe or politically, it's just a scary year. 2019 didn't really have anything spooky in it. 2020 is a stressful time of change. And so I think it's reasonable to expect that into an election. And the markets usually reflect that, so uncertainty, the worst possible answer. I wouldn't be surprised. So the debate tonight for the US is on at 9. Wouldn't be surprised. That's 1 hour after close. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little volatility maybe into that debate. Maybe during, maybe right after. I mean, we're running down the clock here. We're running down the clock on September, and it's 3 times as important as a typical month because we have a quarterly close. This is 3 months. Wherever price was destined to be at the start of this quarter, whatever that was, August. No. July. Wherever price was destined to close on this quarter, if it isn't right here, it only has 24, really 26 hours-ish to get there. And that sounds a little mystical and crazy, but there's really nothing mystical or crazy about it. Clearly markets are controlled by people and there's large actors, and I don't think those large actors play it by ear. I think every new quarter they're likely lining up to see where the most efficient or the most profitable price point would be into the next quarter, and there's not a lot of time to band-aid that. Now they're running out of seconds here. And we have the whole political issues going on. There's a lot of distraction. It's the time for volatility, man. My mind will be blown. My mind will be blown if tomorrow closes right here. Like, if it just goes sideways, my mind will be blown. It'd still be a good close. Going back to what we were talking about all week, all last week, all today. Closing above, this green line right here. Great close. That's okay. Probably want to see it have a little legs, a close up here, a little nicer. Let's see the levels. I'm going to put the levels up here that we're really looking for. So we're looking for yes, I got to switch them back out. 1 month. I'm going to keep these up throughout the stream today. Keep these up. And that way we can keep an eye on them into this. So close here. A close above 10,761, but below 11,350. About right. Good. Would be pretty neutral. I'm going to leave it white. It is... I'm going to say this is a more leaning bullish than bearish for this white area. Underneath 10,761. It's I kind of want to leave it white as well with like a bearish kind of edge to it, but I'm just going to put it red just to make it easier to comprehend here. And here's where we start getting very nice is from that 11.3 to 11.6, that starts to look very good. Starts to lean very bullish, and a close above that no matter where it is. And again, for people just joining us, I'm not smoking the hopium here. I'm just laying out the values because really any number is possible. There's 24 hours left, and we really could see any of these ranges fill in that time. Absolutely, I believe that. Ooh, that made it ugly. Wow, that did not help in the slightest. That made it so much harder to see. Go. Doing a little Picasso for you guys. Everybody loves Picasso, right? Here we are. So now we have them laid out in a nice, confusing, visual way. So where we are, we're in this gap, this white area, but I'm still gonna denote this white area as slightly bullish leaning. So a sideways close here would be fine. Absolutely fine. It's leaning bullish. It's closing above support or above resistance on the quarterly. So that would be leaning bullish, but pretty neutral. Close below here. Pretty neutral, but leaning bearish. Close above 11.3. Then that's when you're really starting to see some bullish power, and above 11.6, that is absolutely undeniable bullish up here, because you flipped that September candle, which has been such a long candle, but was red, very red, bearish engulfing the entire time. If you usually, when you see, especially on high time frames, that kind of setup flip in the last second, meaning, you know, the last day, maybe the last 12 hour, the last 4 hour, I would say actually the closer to the close, actually this is maybe a really great example. This might be actually a really great thing to talk about. And September is a wonderful example. So September has been red. We know that. It's been very red all month. Bearish engulfed. Ugly. Bearish. Not looking good. And it very well may close that way. We'll see. But if the market is able to flip that candle before it closes, before September closes, so at this point, 26 hours, I'm just going to say that. 26 hours to go. If we see something interesting into this close, so this is the last day we have right here. If we see something interesting in this time frame, not a lot of room, and we see right here, a lot of way up to go. But if we were to see a close somehow come all the way up, that's going to be one of the strongest bullish signals I can imagine, simply because everyone has been kind of brewing in this bearish monthly, and for it to flip in the last second would be an incredible show of price action. Now, do I think this is probable? No, I don't think this is the most probable outcome. I think the most probable outcome is that we close in this white box. And if we want to make that a little more maybe narrow than that huge white box, let's go with this little white box. I think this is the most likely close for September. Most probable close for September right here. Still a bearish engulfed monthly closing in this box. But what it does is it closes the quarterly very nicely. Ooh, this is awful looking, but we can see it here. Super zoomed in. This is April and July quarterlies. Price is just a hair above it now. And it's hanging out there. We haven't seen a rejection really from this level of any kind. We've only seen higher lows, where even since at one point this candle was all the way down here in September, all the way down here. Actually September was all the way down to 9,800. So you can see that this candle has changed a lot, even in just the last month. Looking at these quarterlies on the 5th of September, this quarterly candle would be a very small bodied candle. with a very large wick. And now this bodied candle has made higher lows all the way up, and it's stretching. And now it is more full, the longer body, and it reached right up to this resistance here. So there's a lot that could happen. There's a lot of opportunity here. If we see kind of in the same retrospect, and same aspect, whatever, in the last day here of September and the last day of this quarterly, if we were to see a sell-off, a strong sell-off on the last day or the last 12-hour, last 4-hour, or last hour, whatever, that would be, in my opinion, a rejection of this quarterly, likely setting us up for a not so interesting Q4 2020. I think if that's the case, if we close this monthly underneath, it doesn't mean we're going to go test a new low, but I think that puts this 6,400, the 200 weekly EMA into play again. Doesn't make it the most probable, but it puts it into play again. But what it may do is just give us a kind of indecision consolidation Q4, which wouldn't be unheard of. Because we do see that Q1 and 2 specifically seems to be a rather positive quarter for Bitcoin. April actually has been the spark of both rallies, 2019 and 20. So definitely a time to look for. Yeah, we got to start looking outward as this year is closing up, because there's less and less time available to kind of tweak where we're going. Oh yeah, nice. So now I want to say this is officially tested, this descending high trend here. This is on the hourly, so don't get too pumped. I'm gonna get rid of volume. I have found volume is not so helpful, especially in these consolidation periods. And what it really does is adds a lot more visual noise. I don't like visual noise. Every unnecessary thing on your chart is one thing that might distract you from the important information. So keeping a clean chart, very important. I'm gonna delete all these squares and crap after this episode. Damn. Let's go. Goes on correctly. Here we are. I just got in a total rant. I don't even remember what question I was answering. But I like that. The long time frames showing one signal throughout them and then changing in the last, in the nick of time at the end is something you actually see pretty commonly in crypto. And so I think it's a good topic. Maybe I'll put together something instead of winging it at some point. Because it happens a lot, and it almost always happens at like the most pivotal moments. So keep an eye out there. Let's see, we can owe some of these gains over here to our bro the dollar, selling off into the presidential debate. I think this is a pretty good explanation or answer to whoever asked about election times and markets. Here you go. Dollar rallied all month. Reversed actually really close to where we were looking. We did have a fake out here. I don't remember where it was. I think right here, September 22nd. A little fake out, looking left. We're like, ooh, maybe this is like a secret little resistance. But our main target, unchanged. Looking back to March 2020, now acting potentially as resistance. Also the 0.5 retrace of the swing high to the swing low. Not a bearish engulfing candle because markets are weird. Non 24/7 traded markets are strange. Like that would be a bearish engulfing candle if it didn't close. Now it's like kind of either way bearish. Nice little rejection here. Unfortunately, 93.46 could be acting as support as it reaches back down. But that's where I'm gonna guess some of this upward force is coming from off this low, as we're seeing a little breath in the dollar, so Bitcoin's getting a little extra space to breathe as well. Definitely gonna keep an eye here on this dollaroo, the dollary dues. Yes, I promised the Josh. Josh, I sent you a message today about it. I was like, dude, your OMG is not looking too bad. Never responded, you jerk. I see how it is. But let's look at it. Let's take a look at OMG USDT. So we had the daily bullish divergence off these lows. Nice. Hit our support. Bam. Straight on. 250. Got the bounce. Well, we got a little consolidation. We did get a bounce. Reached up to the 236 retrace like we talked about in the last episode. 420 was our target. Hit today, put in a higher high, but looks like rejected again. That's okay. That's on the daily. 4 hour. I know there was something here. Looking at on the we're seeing, yeah, here it is. 4 hour bullish divergence, and this is nice. This is welcomed. So we have this 238 retrace, likely, as we were talking, to provide some resistance, of course. But we didn't get a huge rejection. This isn't catastrophic. Higher high, or higher low and higher high. And on the 4 hour, even though we rejected twice, we are seeing some bullish divergence. Now this is kind of small looking on the 4 hour, but we'll see it better on the 1 hour when I zoom in here. 4 hour, this isn't quite confirmed, but let's zoom into the 1 hour. Bam. The 1 hour says undeniable. Undeniable. We have a swing low, swing high, and a higher swing low. And we have a lower swing low in our MACD. Beautiful. And finally, if you guys have been, everyone who's been here for the last week, we've been having some issues with MACD and RSI never agreeing. Finally, we have some agreement here. Finally. It's a welcomed sight to see MACD and RSI agree. Both saying bullish divergence on the 1 hour, right underneath what is acting as resistance. Good sign for continuation. In my opinion, next target would be $5.29. But I'm still aiming for this big green box, man. You can see I placed it long ago, but I'm still looking for it. I'm actually just gonna lock this box so it doesn't get messed up. Don't know how long it'll take, but I'm looking for $6.13 all the way up to 7, north of 7. OMG's looking great. I think it's looking very good. Probably a good time to check out our moving averages though. 1 hour just underneath the 20. 4 hour, good. This is what I wanted to see. 4 hour looks like it bounced off the 200, coming just shy of it. And you can see below on the 4 hour, we have the 50 coming up to meet the 100. We have the 20 coming up to meet the 200. Potential here for a strong bullish impulse off of these crosses. They're going to cross maybe at the exact same time, to be honest. You would assume the 50 and the 100 would cross first because they're closer, but the 20 is going to be moving and accelerating much faster, over twice as fast as the 50. So I would not be surprised if they cross bullish at the exact same time. That might be a spicy event. Nice. Oh, very nice. I didn't even see this. Just, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't see this. This is awesome. So, we're on the 12 hour. So this blue MA is actually the 50 daily moving average. It's harder to see when I make the candles daily, but let me keep it on 12 hour. we can see that it price moved back to it, bounced, and now we have an ugly looking candle, 2 hours left, doesn't have a lot of price upwards to close differently. Change this into a nice little green doji candle. But I like the response here. I like that price retook these significant moving averages. Ooh, and daily off the 100, sweet. That was very nice. Very nice. This is technically beautiful. The fact that the 100 moving average met our support at 250 is amazing. It's a like very, very similar timing. Bounced the 100, retook the 50, even had a fake out. Retook it, sold off, closed below the 50 daily. And then today, put in a higher high, looking to close it above the 50. That's wonderful. This is just a wonderful sign. I'm digging OMG's chart today. Warning though. Oh, nice. We have more spice here on the weekly. Warning for anyone is, though OMG looks amazing, it looks pretty dang good right now. Like I believe that. Even though it looks really good right now, Bitcoin, we've been talking about it for an hour now. What's going on? This is going to totally depend on Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallies into this monthly and quarterly close. I think all of those bullish signals will play out very strongly. Maybe even, you know, retest up here at our highs. Maybe, yeah, that's in our box. Cool, 640. But if Bitcoin sells off into this close of the monthly, it will likely invalidate all of those bullish signals. And I would then look at 250 again for a potential double bottom. So watching Bitcoin is going to be very important here. We can see that it didn't actually test the middle Bollinger Band, but it came very close. So I'm probably going to put that in the margin of error. That's what I'd like to see. You want to see multiple hits of that 20 moving average. Bouncing price up. Continuing. OMG is looking good, but we gotta... It's going to respect the king. It's going to respect the king. Keep that in mind. Not too bad. That bullish divergence though. I love it. So good luck everybody with that. Good luck everyone on OMG. You bought at the support, you're sitting pretty. You're almost 2x'd already. Crypto. Where else? Where else but crypto, my friend? Are you gonna 2x in 10 days? Nowhere. Nice, we're still in search. That was painful. That was painful yesterday when we got kicked out. No, of course not. Of course not, Josh. We don't want to see it. But unfortunately, we don't get to control it. So something that caught my eye. Something caught my eye recently that I haven't heard anyone really talk about. I made this chart for one of our patrons, I can't remember who, when they asked me about mana back here after it had rallied. I think it might have been on the 1st of September, so dang, I would have gotten wrecked if I had made a decision right before Bitcoin sold off 20%. But we were looking for 646 sats for our potential long on Mana BTC. And look at that, September 22nd. Boom. Boom. That's amazing. Going back to the weekly resistance at 878, where it will then make the decision if it's going to go retest the local highs of 1,124. But is there any secrets that might be found? And the answer will shock you. Coming up next. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude, there's mad secrets here. Daily bullish divergence on RSI. Daily bullish divergence on MACD. Wait, I've just lost where it was though. Go. Daily bullish divergence on MACD and RSI. We see momentum coming up, but still needs to actually needs to break this weekly resistance. So this is important. This is not, I didn't notice this earlier. Cool. I'm learning with you guys. Going to have to close a daily candle above the previous swing high at 952 sats. So a rejection at the weekly resistance, going to be bad, going to be a very negative event if I can do this for you. If that rejection brings price below here. Okay. And this is Bitcoin pair for anyone confused out there. What do you mean 759? Okay, so weekly resistance. Just knowing crypto man, likely gonna see some selling here. But that's okay. As long as price can stay above the 0.5 retrace here at 760-ish sats, and we see another retest of the weekly, we may be set up pretty golden. I think that's going to be very important. Of course, there's a chance that it blasts through. I never really bet on that, though. That's like betting on going long at resistance and short at support. Just a losing strategy. It is possible. But as long as price doesn't come below 760 here, as long as it doesn't really retrace more than half, I think what's going to happen here is we're going to see that divergence, because we potentially could have bearish divergence here. We have a higher swing in our MACD without a higher high, and that's why I said this level is going to be very important. A break of that resistance needs to go all the way up to 950 and close above it. Then it will avoid that bearish divergence on the daily. So this is another path we would like right up here to close. But what we will see here is we'll see the momentum move up, pull back, and then we'll get one of those double swings where you see it starts to fall off and then picks back up. That's what we're looking for in the event that the weekly resistance is not broken on this swing. And so up to the local high of 10,000 or 1124 is taken, which is possible. This is all going to depend on Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin pair, so it may benefit from Bitcoin not being volatile, not really moving, which, as we've been discussing, is not the probable scenario. Very likely to see movement into this quarterly close here. If that's broken, we have our measured move to 1350. 1350. Looking good. Yes, 13. Oh yeah. With a continuation all the way up to 1880. Probably not the time to be looking at that yet, though, because we still have this high trend in play. Has not been tested. Very likely to be tested. In fact, you can see the measured move target overlaps with that high trend on the 15th of October. Might be a time to watch Mana, October 15th. I would be watching. See if this weekly resistance has been retaken. Check for those divergences that we're looking for, but so far, bullish divergence on the daily, RSI and MACD, not looking bad. Not looking bad at all, and this isn't Bitcoin pair, so remember that. This is not USD. They act differently. Wow. Bitcoin just is just chilling. Come on, dude. Come on, we're all here for you. We got 100 and something watching. We're all here for you, buddy. You can, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Go ahead. You can do it. I don't know what's going on. I'll tell you one thing. If it gets spicy here the way that I envision it, which it could, still time. Hour and a half till close. If it gets spicy the way I envision it, we likely will keep streaming till close. But one thing we won't do, God, unless we see a rocket on this thing. One thing we're not going to do is continue streaming past 9 p.m. because that sounds like the least fun streaming time maybe of my career. No interest in the trolls that are going to come out at 9 p.m. tonight. Somebody fed them water or whatever you're not supposed to do to the gremlins, and it's going to be... Ooh, that's going to be ugly. Rest in peace, anyone who's streaming on YouTube at 9 p.m., dude. Just day-to-day trolls are enough. I don't need, like, 2020 election trolls coming out. Ooh, my. That would not be fun. Nice 30-minute close here. Hourly still contested. But nice 30-minute close above our 10,761 level. That's what we're looking for. Earning us back into the probability box. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but I don't really care. Probability box. The box of highest probabilities. I dig it. Anyone joining us recently probably doesn't know what we're talking about, but basically we've mapped out different levels of where this monthly close could be. Maybe I should move these over actually, because that makes more sense. That's when it closes. And what conditions those closes on this September monthly / third quarter candle coming up in 26 hours. Where those closes, or how those closes will set us up for Q4, the end of 2020. Just to briefly rehash, looking for 10,761 or above. That will be a pretty neutral close, but will have a slight bullish edge as it closes above the previous resistance on the quarterly. So that will be very important. It would be ideal to close above 10,761. Below 10,761, I marked it as red because it leans bearish. It leans bearish. It is not a death kiss by any means, but it removes that bullish edge that we want of the 10,761. So above, you can see that these boxes start turning green. A close above 11,340, 11,350 starts to get into the green zone. This will be a nice bullish signal. Bullish signal to close the monthly up here. That will be a volatile and powerful price swing to see price move up in the next 26 hours to that level. That will definitely show some bullish power here into the close. This will be a medium bullish edge, I'll say. And if we're able to even push farther, and this is the hopium level, I think this is the least probable. Weird how big events, though, sometimes follow the least probable path. Likely the least probable, but a close above 11,670 would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. It will, so the reasoning here is in this light green box, the monthly bearish engulfing is invalidated and no longer bearish engulfing. And in this brighter green box, this price level, if the monthly closes here, September is actually closed as a green candle after being ridiculously red the entire month, with a long bottom wick. Close here into the third quarter would, for me, be maybe the strongest signal possible that we're going to rally into 2021. And so there it is. Those are the boxes. Not a lot of time left, but price is going to have to make a decision here. Just teasing us on this box, or teasing us on this line here, man. Come on. Pick it up. Pick it up a notch. Spice it up. I'm ready for the spice. I love how we have, if you watched earlier in the episode, we went over 1 hour and 4 hour bullish divergences we're seeing on Bitcoin. I love how we're zoomed into the 15-minute and you can still see it. You can't always. But you can see even on the 15-minute here, this sell-off was a huge low swing on MACD and a huge low swing on RSI, lower than either of the previous low touches below it or local to it. You can see maybe all the way back here, this was the lowest swing on our MACD and RSI, and the second lowest swing was right here. Was just after the close yesterday. That's interesting. That's very interesting because the price difference here is massive. That's 5%. Not that massive, but comparatively massive. This was the hardest swing low. Duh, man. Price dropped 20%. Like, duh. But then to say here's the second most massive just seems, that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? That something doesn't sit right about that. Price barely moved. Went from 10.9 to 10.6, not even 3%. And that's going to be the second most massive move. Okay. Sure. Sure. Oh, that wasn't 20%. Yeah, this is really fractally looking. I almost thought, I forgot we're on the 15-minute. I never look at the 15-minute. I actually thought that this was August and that this was the sell-off on the first through 5th. Wow. That's pretty fractally, man, because that looks like the top. That looks a lot like this. To me, at least. That's funny. With the high and then the higher high. Failed. Lower high and sell off. Okay. Maybe I gotta readjust. Moral of the story, don't let me look at the 15-minute. The 15-minute is for robots. Maybe robots. Not humans. Still looking good though. Block everything. I don't know how to do that. You would think there'd be an easy way to just lock everything. I think there is, right? I guess that does it. It's kind of boring though. Bitcoin, you're not gonna beat me. You're not gonna get me to fold here. You're not gonna bore me out. I know your spice is coming. You told me. Told me earlier. You whispered to me. And you said spices. And I said cool. And I said cool, man. Oh, we got some other people with us. Greg D, dude, haven't seen you in forever. Haven't seen me in the YouTube streams in like a week, dude. Good to see you. Bad garlic breath. My man. OG. Good to have you stopping by recently. It's always nice when people, you know, we've been doing this stream through different formats for over a year. And in that time, people come and go. It's just like crypto. New people join and get interested, and then some people lose interest. They walk away for a while. And you know what? We always leave the light on for you. Everyone needs a break sometime, and you're always welcome back here. It's always great to see those people. YouTubers getting people wrecked on leverage, trading food, yeah, dude, yeah, see, people make fun of me because I think Dodge is a serious coin. I don't think it's the most revolutionary, you know, world-changing coin or something, but they're like, it's a joke, haha, why would you ever take it seriously? But then those same people will go buy hot dog coin, sushi coin, whatever, and it's like, all right, Dodge is like its own blockchain. It's old, it's decentralized, maybe the most decentralized coin. You can fact check me on that, but yeah, maybe it isn't, but it has to be up there solely because there's no like huge, you know, there's no Bitmain creating ASIC, you know, someone's creating ASICs for it, but like there's no huge company trying to control the hardware. Like but it's a joke, so people think I don't know. They have some objection to me thinking Dodge is a decent coin. But then they'll take these ERC20 tokens, which are literally just poofed into existence, don't do anything, and have joke names, but then take them seriously. I don't get it. Moral of the story is, emotions, specifically greed and fear, override logic almost every time. And so it's very common to see kind of dual statements in crypto like that, like saying, oh, Dodge is a joke, I just went all in on cookie coin or something like that. It's not uncommon. Cookie coin. Hey, is there a cookie coin? If there's not a cookie coin, maybe we have a little community project. We make a cookie coin and we promise 100,000% APY of our cookie coin, and we can deliver it. We'll just inflate the crap out of it. It'll just have no value, and maybe we'll tell everyone it has no value. That sounds like a good idea. Cookie coin. I like the sound of it. It's a good ring. Cookie coin. It's better than hot dog coin. I don't even like saying that. Oh, I got 10 spam calls. Is anyone else getting just bombarded by spam calls in the last 2 weeks? I'm getting 10 plus a day. 10 plus. Like, it's to the point where I'm kind of like ignoring my phone because I'm desensitized to it always lighting up. It's ridiculous. Tone Vey is always right. That must be amazing to be always right. Wish I was. I'm not. I'm not always right, man. I'm not as good as these people who I've yet to meet one, but that I hear they exist. Let's see, what are you guys talking about? I've been ranting and robbling, just waiting for the spice, burning the time, trying to keep you guys entertained. Probably failing at it. That's alright. I'm okay with that. Here we go. Now it's getting spicy. Look at this thing's wicking up and down, jumping. Maybe my computer just lagged and showed that all in a row. I don't know. Getting spicy. A signal, in my opinion, of incoming spice is when, I don't know how to even describe it. I've never described this in words. But you guys, if you chart watchers out there, probably know what I'm talking about. When you see a coin just jumping, or not a coin, a candle just jumping up and down, it doesn't have to be a huge range that is jumping, but it's kind of, I think it suggests that the spread is pretty void and there's just a buy going in on the spread and a sell going in and it's bouncing back and forth. You see a lot of price action. Usually you see volume jump up in that time too, but not getting it here. But usually that leads to spice. I think what that is just trying to stop everything out before you move in one direction. We'll see. Yep, even BitConnect went up. That's two. Oh, my chat froze. 60-hour stream. Let's go, Rico. That's what we're doing. 60-hour stream. I wonder how long I actually could stream for without like getting off the camera. I have to go to the bathroom. I'd have to set that up. Get myself some adult Depends. Do a marathon. And my chat froze. It was all backed up. Let's see. Adriano, what's up, my man? Adriano, I will say this. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I have a pretty good... I think I have a memory of an elephant. That's what I say. So I might be wrong, but Adriano might have been one of the first people that I ever really heard talk about Link. And we're talking, this was back at... Oh god, I don't even know, like... I'm gonna pull it up because I have an idea of when it was if I look at the chart. Let's look at our legendary... No, this isn't it. This isn't the legendary Holy Grail Link chart. I have not pulled this baby out in some time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, that looks good. Beautiful. This is probably a nightmare for you guys to look at. This is one of those charts that kind of organically grew over time. So we're talking, what was this, like April, maybe April 2019, something like that. I'm pretty sure that was Adriano. If that was you, bud, take credit. Because you deserve it. He was talking about it, like nobody had started chilling it yet, and then all of a sudden everyone started chilling it, and then like you just disappeared, buddy. I don't know where you went. I think you backed out. You're like, I don't need all these shills. Lunk. There's a coin we can make too. Lunk. L-U-N-K. Lunk. Where do we have enough history to look at this? Nowhere. Maybe USD is. Calculator usually does. There we go. Dude, this was back. Was it at like 50 cents, Adriano? Was that it? Was it? I don't even remember when you started talking about it. Oh. Congrats, brother, for the gains that brought you, I'm sure. I have charted the hell out of this since, oh my goodness. Looks like we did not bounce the 001 sat support as I expected. Looks like we did, but it was a fake out. Came back to the top of our channel, still haven't fallen through our channel yet. And you know what I can pretty safely say here is if Link BTC breaks this low, the September 23 low, I am bearish on it. I would definitely be bearish. That would not be a good signal. We established such a beautiful channel. It played so well in this channel, dude. We slaughtered this coin live for a year. I don't know, 12 months. Slaughtered it, hitting just buy after buy and sell after sell. Called it breaking out of that channel. Called the first resistance. Called the second resistance. Oh my goodness. Good times, guys. Everybody was here for that. Good times. I don't think I've ever slaughtered a coin's technical analysis in the same way that I did Link. I don't think so. It may never live up to that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, no more Link. I don't even know if that was right. Jerry Macy, what's up, my man? Smo Mosi wants to look at Tezos. I know Rico S probably wants to look at Tezos too, so we probably can do that. Bagwell33, what's up, my dude? DCowboys107, welcome. Man, there's a bunch of people talking about Hex today. What's with that? And XRP. I suppose can look at them. I'm gonna pull them all up. Tezos. XR Pizzles. BTC dominance. All right, we'll look at BTC dominance. I was looking for a continuation to the upside on BTCD. Let's see if it's still there. Let's see if it's still there. All right, looking fine. Nothing to worry about yet. Typical. No bearish divergence here. Maybe. Ooh. No bearish divergence locally, but we're seeing, this is on the daily.
Are you scared?
Likely about to print some bullish divergence on the daily for Bitcoin dominance. We see a lower swing low and prices holding so far. Right on the 50 daily moving average. Beautiful. That is what you want to see, man. when you hit the 50, you almost always expect to see it on the daily act as resistance or support, depending if you're moving up or down. So I'm looking on the weekly, I was seeing bullish divergence. On the daily, I was seeing it. I was looking for a rally at least up to 62.59, looks like so far 62.32, with a continuation at 64.65. So looking good. I think this is still on track here. A little bullish divergence. RSI not so pretty, but the bounce off the 50 daily moving average for BTCD, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I see. I see why. A little green blip. Weekly bullish divergence. You know, this is so hard to... Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What happened here? This is goofy. Alright, well, thanks for pointing this out, dude. Wait, what the... What just happened? This is... I'm gonna tell you... I've seen weird stuff like this happen on TradingView. And this is almost certainly incorrect data. I mean, it's possible that it's real. It is. But I've seen this kind of weird crap happen. This kind of rings not real to me. Let me update it. Let me refresh it. So there's a bunch of things that can happen with not just Bitcoin dominance, but also those other charts we talked about. What the what is literally what is going on? This is ridiculous. What? So there's a few things that can go on here. Maybe this is real. Usually when you see something like that, like this candle wasn't there 1 second ago when I looked at it. Now it is. So BTCD is a calculation. It's not a tradable asset. It's a calculation. And you can see that says calculated by TradingView. And so what can happen in these is if and when, and we've definitely seen this in the past, but if and when TradingView changes either that formula that it uses or when they add or subtract new coins or old coins from that calculation, because BTCD is the total market cap of Bitcoin compared to the total crypto market cap. So if you change the total crypto market cap by manipulating what you include and don't include, then you will fudge with this chart. So that's possible. Also, what they may be getting is maybe they dropped some data in their table. Is possible. They may have dropped something that's like a large market cap, or maybe the API they use isn't reporting something weird, because we've seen this happen in both directions, and usually it gets corrected. Usually it's corrected by like the next day. You look back and the candle's no longer there. But maybe it's real. I don't know. Let's look at, this is a little interesting. Let's look at CoinGecko. Let's see what CoinGecko's saying. So we can verify this roughly. We can roughly verify this by looking at any site that offers us good data. And how can we do that? So where is... I swear there's a way to do this here. Crap. Well, we can do it really roughly by going here 1 hour. So we'll look at the 1 hour change. Not many coins in the green on the 1 hour. Very few with very small gains here. To me, that suggests this probably isn't real data. This is probably an error. Because if Bitcoin dominance was dropping, then we would also expect to see either alts rallying, which we're not really seeing, or we would be expecting to see the total market cap dropping down 1%. It doesn't really look, we would expect to see it in like a 24-hour view. We don't see it. Yeah, I don't think that this is real. I think this is a bug, personally. I may be wrong, but I've seen this before. You know, we pulled this chart up on the daily, and that candle was right above the 50. And then once I changed the time frame, it just... And that dropped almost 3% in a second. And what suggests this also to me is there should never be a gap here. Bitcoin dominance should never have a gap. Not really possible. And so what this means to me is something was dropped or added to the Bitcoin dominance table of how it's calculated. Likely something that is 2.66%. And let's see, Bitcoin dominance went down, which means it's representing less. So maybe they added something into the calculation here, a new coin, a new something, maybe a bundle of coins that represent 2.66% of the market cap. That would be my estimate. That would be my best guess, because you can't have a gap here. This isn't traded. It's not traded. There can't be a gap. Not how it works. So who knows? Let's put a box here with a question mark so we remember it. Because they're sneaky and they'll fix it. They'll fix it and then we won't know where it was. And I want to know where it was just for my own stupid reasons. There we go. So remember that. Good eye, whoever saw that. Great eye. Yeah, we're not seeing Bitcoin move enough for anything like this to be justified. I think it's an error or they changed the way it's calculated. And just to double check, because that's what we do here, we analyze the technicals. Let's look at total market cap in this time frame. Total market cap up 0.4%. So unlikely that we see a 3% change in Bitcoin dominance with a 0.4% change in crypto total market cap. Not a likely scenario. Especially as Bitcoin's, what has Bitcoin moved? 0.04% in that same time period. It's like almost impossible for that to be real data. There you go. Yeah, that was really cool to look at though. I almost got spooked. I was like, what in the heck's happening? This should not move that way. So what was up next? What was up next? Dude, the candles were dancing. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernando. And the candles were dancing. Alright. Tezos. Sorry for getting distracted, guys, but if you don't... I don't know, if you can't handle me being distracted, this is the wrong stream for you. Because it's most of what I do. Get distracted, go on rants, share that knowledges. Alright, cool. Tezos on the 4 hour. Triple MACD bullish divergence. Boom, boom, boom. 3 instances. 1, 2, 3 higher lows. 1, 2, 3 lower low swings on our MACD. But what does RSI say? RSI says you're stupid. And I don't see that. So RSI is showing no divergence. And MACD showing triple bullish divergence on the 4 hour. So we're going to need to zoom out because, well, RSI and MACD aren't agreeing. So we want to maybe find something more concrete. 12 hour, 1, 2, 3, triple E. That might even be quadruple bullish divergence on the lows here. Again, RSI saying no. No, we don't see it, and that's okay. RSI showing no divergence, so at least it's not conflicting. That's good. Zoom out again. RSI being a butt. Dude, RSI is so lame. Wish it would be cool. Not cool. Daily, still vibing off of that daily bullish divergence from the low. We broke, yeah, closed the candle above the $2.22 resistance. Now back below it. Something tells me it's probably gonna break it though. I think this is the most likely scenario. Something like this. Maybe a downswing first. That's probably the most probable. That way it fakes out the dragon, creates a new trend line here, sets up the dragon, and then market makers can decide to pump it back up or smash it back down to this 176.30 resistance or support, previous resistance. Likely a very strong area to look to go long on Tezos, $1.76. Certainly going long right here, right now, not super rational, as the candle has closed back underneath the resistance, or has sunk back underneath it. But I'm not so convinced that lots of downside is to come. Let me throw my fib on here, actually. Pretty good. $2.12 might be $2.1274 might be an area on Tezos to, if you are worried about the position, maybe to cut a losing position. Maybe an area to check. It's the 0.5 retrace, so underneath that level, maybe showing weakness, but really that 4-hour divergence, the daily divergence, the weekly divergence, I think it's hard to be bearish here. I would only feel comfortable personally entering a trade here at $1.76. That's pretty much the only place I would be comfortable, because you have that solid support, and even if you only wanted to play that trade back up to resistance, sure, you have to be patient, and sure, the trade might never come, but I mean, that's a 25% gain. A bounce off of that support almost certainly, with very high probability, in my opinion, lead to a test of that resistance. 25% gain. That's a safe play. That's a solid play. That's a good risk to reward play. Let's put it that way. I'm going to look at that weekly because I now don't remember if I did. Oh yeah, there's no divergence on the weekly. There's not enough candles. Or is there? There is. I already have this here. Yes, weekly. Yeah, it's hard to be bearish on Tezos, but I'd be much more bullish on Tezos at $1.76. That is the area I would, even personally, I would probably take that trade. We'll see the market conditions at the time, but I would probably look to take that. All right, new hourly candle. My lads. Looks to be above this descending trend, but it's 8 minutes old. Bring us the spice, dude. Bring it up. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready for the spice. Dang, we have 85 watching. That's not so dang, but 77 likes with 84 watching. You guys rock, man. Freaking, I think everybody's in a better mood at night when we stream. Maybe we should be doing it. We should be doing it later. Oh, heck yeah. And we're ranked number 6 on YouTube search results for the word Bitcoin. We're the 6th result. That's, we don't know. We don't usually get in there. Bitcoin as a keyword. Bitcoin Live, we're almost always in the top 1 or 2, but Bitcoin as a keyword is a very competitive one in comparison. And it's awesome to see that we're there for that. Sweet. Probably because we have so many freaking likes. 81, 82. You guys are amazing. I love every single one of you. You guys rock and roll. We're likely going to do a later stream again tomorrow as well, for everyone who's around tomorrow for the monthly and quarterly close. So we're probably going to do another evening one. Sorry for everyone who prefers the morning ones. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Let's see, what else can we do today? What else is going on? Oh, good. Huh. That's interesting. Usually there's other people streaming at this hour. I don't see them. YouTube search has been real weird. lately, so that could be why. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'll take it. I will take it. Yes, Crypto Slojo. Patron Day is Saturday. Wow. You even just said Saturday and I almost said Wednesday. It is now Saturday. And my sincere apologies to anyone who that's not convenient for. If it's a big deal, message me. Maybe we can work something out. But we're going to do it on Saturday for multiple reasons. There's a lot of people who really want to do the one-on-one sessions that are patrons and haven't been able to because of it being a weekend or a weekday and they have work during the day. And I think that's pretty reasonable. And so we're going to be trying it out here on Saturday. And people have also said the same about the patron nights is like, hey man, I would love to hang, but like it's Wednesday night. I can't really get crunk and have a good time. And that's understandable as well. So we're going to give it a shot on Saturday. We're going to have our patron one-on-one mentoring sessions as well as our patron night on Saturday. So this Saturday will be the 4th or 5th of October, 4th. And I think what will be nice about that too is the new patrons who sign up in October 1st, whatnot, they won't have to wait a week and they'll get to a better shot, a better view of kind of what we do. I think that'll work well. And again, if it's an issue for you, just shoot me a message, guys. My inbox is always open, you know that. You guys know that. Alright, XRP, bull div on the daily for MACD. Yes. Correct. RSI, nothing. No divergence. Really cleanly no divergence on RSI. Spicy. Target for XRP, still time, still looking for 25.9. Actually, you know what's interesting? I think this was here originally. And we did hit that box already on September 17th. Huh. Spicy. Spicy targets, guys. I don't even remember all the stuff that I do. I look at charts for people constantly. It's almost impossible to remember everything. I don't even remember doing this one. But I know what I was thinking, and that's I'm looking for the 0.5 to 618 retrace here of this local swing high to swing low. It's looking pretty good. Daily bullish divergence on MACD, no divergence on RSI, that's neutral. No bearish divergence on the weekly for MACD, and none on the RSI either. No divergence again. Wonderful. Boring signals. Potentially seeing bullish momentum growing, but until we reach that targeted box, it's crapshoot. I never eyed on the weekly here. XRP has this little wick. Wick back 8th of May 2017. Did not notice. Let's see where that lines up with our current low. Just underneath. Okay. Yeah. XRP daily bullish divergence. You know, this is a pretty nice looking pattern. A drop below, man. Honestly, I might even reconsider. Man, I don't see an edge really. Long term, I will lose the confidence in this ascending trend on XRP here under 17.5 cents. I will lose confidence for it because it hasn't quite. You know, we have the setup of an inverse head and shoulders, but we never quite reached it on the right shoulder. But it's still pretty convincing looking of an inverse head and shoulders, but the failure to retest the 34.6 area for me is not confidence building. Shows that maybe the buyers aren't there yet. And so a breakdown here of the swing low on the left shoulder gonna let me lose confidence in the rally here. So far, nothing. This is 4 weeks of nothing. This is not an easy coin to be trading. From 24 cents to 24.6 cents, weekly closes have have ranged for 4 candles. Ridiculous. There's no edge. There's just such a hard thing to call with the sideways here. Looking for that retrace. It's probable, especially with the divergences we're seeing, but if I were looking to trade XRP, I would likely just look to add to a long-term holding bag or something. I wouldn't be looking to trade this zone to like historically very low levels. And obviously had a way better swing at it back here in March, same with every coin, but it's still not so far off its low. Just barely 2x off of its March low. I mean, Bitcoin is like 3x, went as high as 4x off of its low, so lagging. But cheap stuff makes good long-term positions, so we will see. CME daily started. Spicy. Opened at 10,850. No bearish engulfing. Boring. Where's my spice, boys? Where's my spice? Where's the spice? I don't know, we're almost back up to 100 viewing again. Freaking sweet. You guys are new here. Welcome. New faces are always welcome. If you haven't yet, please give the stream a like and a subscribe. Massive gap dump 2017. What? There is no gap in 2017. That's a lie. That's a lie. Yeah, Adam Clark, I noticed it too. It's not coincidence. There's either something weird going on with it, or there's someone's paying people to talk about it, because highly unusual. But that behavior isn't that unusual. Like we see this with coins periodically, almost cyclically in crypto. There's like waves and waves of. It's like 1 week people are talking about Stellar, and then next week they're talking about Link or something, or Bitcoin Cash. That's pretty normal, but it's abnormal to all of a sudden, experience this many people talking about it. I'm not even going to say the name of it, because that's my power. I don't have to say it. XMR, man, one of the most beautiful macro structures in crypto right now. Absolutely. You know, for comparison, I was just looking at Ripple. I said it's 2x off its low. XMR is right now 4x off its low, from 25 to 100. And so you guys might take that actually in the opposite way that I mean it. When I said I wouldn't be looking to trade it, I'd be looking maybe to add to a long-term, like an investment bag, if that's what I wanted of Ripple. Being 2x off the bottom is a much smarter long-term position than being 4x off the bottom, if that makes sense. If you're gonna hold something a long time, you want it low. You want it real low. So not much has actually changed on XMR. Looks like we're going to close our second daily candle above our resistance zone. And unless it pushes up here, man, it's gonna have to push. It's gonna have to push, or else it's gonna flip that divergence. It's gonna look bearish. But I'm not worried. USD, I mean, this would be a great close up here. Close, you know, we're above our 93 to 97 resistance range. Actually goes back way farther. That. Even farther. Wow, I don't know why I didn't do this to begin with. Okay. Good enough for me. Okay, very significant range here, just under $100. XMR looks great. Looks great. We see that we did close a daily above it. Sold off. Maybe not a crazy thought that we'll see the same tomorrow. But I think overall it's looking great, and I think it's priming up to retest its high at 106. With this higher low, I think it has good odds of breaking it. Next target up to 132. And it looks great, especially when you look at the Bitcoin pair. This is the interesting chart. This is like the Jesus, man. Like, what even is this thing? It's like a head and shoulders that just says like no, like just rejects it, and price just gets shot out the side. Like, that is ridiculous. So strong. This area right here is going to be insanely strong for XMR BTC pair. Absolutely. That is just a powerful zone. Untested, at least on Binance, that makes sense. But this is not the all-time low for XMR. So it's only on Binance. I shouldn't have this on Binance, but oh well. We can see XMR BTC coming up to its previous high, 009475. And what is it showing us? It's showing us not a lot. Yeah, this is really tight. Kind of similar to its USD pair also. It is a really tight price action. We're not going to get a lot of signals. It's either just going to continue doing that, or it's going to break. I mean, this is an ascending channel. Typically they break down. I don't know though, man. If it breaks down, it's just likely to come back to this support area. I don't think that's going to break. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the most likely thing is Monero touches its previous high, sells off, returns to this consolidation sideways thing, and then breaks out. It even looks nice. It visually looks good that way. I dig it. So XMR, I'm very bullish on XMR long term. But I think short term, it's probably just going to be a snooze. We'll see. If Bitcoin rallies up into this monthly close like we're looking for, XMR is likely to, it'll follow. Almost certainly it'll follow. What else do we have here? We looked at a lot of stuff today already. Been a good day so far. Let's see, what do we have? What else do we want to look at? It still blows my mind that Polkadot is 7th highest market cap. What? A coin that's been around since August 2020. Well, no, that's not true. It's been around much longer. Polkadot just was a different coin, or I forget what the old name is. Doesn't matter. And essentially did what VeChain did and split, kind of like Tesla and Apple. Just created more shares but did not change the market cap. They proportionately distributed coins according to the supply change. So it's actually much older than that, not August. Polkadot Network. What was it called? I know Greg D knows. Is Greg D still here? He knows. It's just such an unfamiliar top 10 now. I feel so old in crypto, so uncomfortable. Like, Bitcoin first, Ethereum second, that makes sense. USDT third, that's odd. XRP fourth, that makes sense. Binance Coin fifth, what? Like, what is going on? This is bizarro world, man. Binance Coin number 5, Bitcoin Cash number 6, okay, that's fine. Polkadot number 7, Chainlink 8, BSV, this should be way farther down. But like Litecoin down at 12, like that's insane. Litecoin, that I don't even remember last time it left the top 10. Croa being above Litecoin. Anything of note? Not really on the way down. Not really. I guess we look at Theta, that's still rocketing. I think. I haven't gotten any alerts. Oh yeah, reaching for $1. Oh, reaching for $1. Close the weekly above the high trend line, confirming the inverse head and shoulders on Theta BTC on the weekly. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. We've had some nice long calls on Theta here. Closed above the previous high, weekly closed strong, barely wicking at all. Barely even with the wick on the previous weekly. Not a super really compelling candle now, but not a big deal. 5 days left. Reaching for that $1. At this point, Theta to $1 seems very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. Likely we'll set a new RSI high at $1, invalidating bearish divergence on RSI. And I would say most probable path would be up to $1, back down to 60 cents, maybe retest 50% retrace and shoot for that $1.50. I think Theta, can't tell you why. Theta's looking very bright. Shining star. Especially in Bitcoin pair, man. That is, when do you see this? This is 2 years plus of chart, and you just have the most macro of macro inverse head and shoulders. Like boom, boom. That's what dreams are made of, boys and girls. That's wonderful. Probable path here, I don't even have a measured move, but probably a little more up on the BTC pair before pulling back, retesting that trend line. A hold of that trend, a beautiful signal for its future. A loss of it, not so hot. Not so hot. So Theta, as we've been saying for weeks now, keep an eye here. I mean, we were talking about Theta back here in August. We're always keeping an eye on what's spicy. What we do here. But not a lot to be said, man. Theta looks clean. It's looking clean. Bitcoin might be joining it soon. Come on, baby. Come on, Bubba. Projects Toit. Toit projects. I don't know anything about it. I just know that we're on the Theta platform. It's a cool platform. That's all I know about it. If you haven't joined Discord yet, links in the chat, guys. Plenty of educational resources there. 24/7 live stream and chat. And it's free. So get in there if you're not in there, if you're new. Wonderful source of information and community there. And for all the new faces joining us as well, after tomorrow marks a new month, and so thus the best time to join Patreon. If you're new, you haven't heard of it probably. If you're not new, you've heard of it a million times. But as we're coming into the end of this month, it's time to talk about it again. Patreon bills on the 1st of every month, and so is the best time to join so you don't get double billed. Patreon offers daily exclusive posts to patrons with technical analysis, trade setups, educational content, as well as we have every patron has multiple times in a month and they can take advantage of it as much or as little as they'd like. Multiple opportunities every Saturday now going forward to schedule one-on-one time with me. Ask me whatever you want about trading. You're not going to find that elsewhere. Certainly not at the price. And go over whatever it is you want to talk about in trading. It's a little more personal, a little more geared towards what you need, and really helps everybody strengthen kind of a bond on a personal level. So it's really great. Little example of what you can expect on Patreon. This is an older one from the 23rd, but I've been trying to do these when it makes sense, full time frame updates. Posted one yesterday. And so for Bitcoin, providing charts and breaking down each time frame by the hour, its status, its edge, what is of note of it, what you're looking for. Now, tons of pictures and examples of what we're looking for in each time frame. 1 hour, 12 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. It's great stuff. People have been loving that. So if you're interested, if you're someone who's looking to become a better trader, maybe a self-sufficient trader, so you're not relying on awful signal groups or something, likely that is for you. So check it out. The best time of year, best time of month to sign up is upon us. ICX not doing. No divergence. So yeah, there's my little shill. It's absolutely worth it. These guys know you can ask any patron who's current. There's 80 of them. Ask them what they think about it. I'm sure they'll give you their honest opinion. And I think they'll probably say good things because, man, I do everything I can to make it worth the value and help other people out to get to where they want to be with trading. ICX could be reversing. Pretty ugly head and shoulders though. Might be a fake one. Nah, kind of boring chart. Thought it might be better. Ugh. All right, can we get this spice, man? It's like been waiting. We've been waiting. Time. Patron testimonials. Yeah. Still doing great in search. Very encouraging. Very encouraging. Yeah, the stream might be. I'm getting weird alerts. There's something strange about the settings. It said that it may cause buffering, so that's probably what it is. Thank you, Stable Genius. I thumbs you back up. What's up, Aethercoin? Welcome back, dude. Seems like we're chilling out here a little bit. That's alright. Yeah. It's the settings. I've figured out something else. Clearly it's helping though, so I'm not too bummed. But I can fix that for sure for tomorrow night. No doubt. Much time's left. Hour and a half till close. Bitcoin, you're gonna have to do something here, buddy. Like, yes, you're in the probability closing box. Cool, but like, come on, dude. Probably just waiting for me to stop streaming, as it does. What do you guys think? Nice, we got a few new people in the Discord. Welcome, fam. Good to have you. It was good to see new faces. Maybe if we just whisper to it. Bitcoin. Can do it. Little Bitcoin ASMR always helps. Helps the mind. Yeah, this probably won't get spicy till close. Bummer. No divergence yet on the dollar. Good. Send it. This freaking BTCD chart just threw me through a loop. It's definitely an error. There's like no way it isn't an error. Nothing happened. There's no significant market change. So it just really can't be real. Did Neon Red just come on? I haven't even been listening to the music the whole time. Makes me worried that I missed some shoutouts. Nope. I don't think it's notifying my Streamlabs anymore when I get a new follower. Because there's no way no one followed. No one's like subscribed during this episode. There's no way. At least one person had to have. Wow, I stopped that video at a hilarious moment. Maybe not. Maybe we didn't get any subscribers. That'd be ridiculous, but oh, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Viewers dropping. No, it's okay. Sorry, guys. We've been on 2 hours plus. Oh crap! I just reloaded it and I had the stream stopped at the funniest moment. Oh well. Is what it is. I'll find it later. Yes. Yes. Try to fake me out. Impossible. You can't huck a huckster. Just don't even try. Can't do it. Cannot. Will not. Ah, that's funny. This video right now is detected by YouTube as action game, role-playing video game, or video game culture. Weird. It's like it's reading my soul. Yeah, it might be popping can hour. We'll see. Dude, Nick D, that's awesome to hear, man. Why I do it. Sharing my passion and hopefully helping people better understand the thing that I'm passionate about. So thank you. Thank you for those kind words. Yeah, make sure you're in Discord. Make sure you're subscribed. You can be the very first subscriber of this entire live stream today. Monumental. Monumental. I just know the minute I look away, something's gonna happen. But sometimes that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta look away to make it happen. Yeah. Alright. YouTube giving me all kinds of weird stuff in the background. Something's going on with it this week. They like pushed out an email that said like, the YouTube Studio is now published, but the YouTube Studio has been published for months. Like, that's the only way you can stream. I'm not really sure what they were referring to. You know what? I would bet we're gonna drop out of the search here. Is that why I'm getting these weird things? No, I don't know. Probably because Mitch is on. It's his time now. It's typical time. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. There's always tomorrow. Glitching, yeah. It's all good. Tis all good. Yeah, maybe probably just sit here for a few minutes and We don't see it. We don't see the spice. We may convene till tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna be a big day. Gonna be a very, very big day. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the close in our probability box. Let's make it not white. Let's make it a different color, because probability box. Purple. Boom. Purple probability. Yes. Probably go live roughly around the same time tomorrow here. I would imagine. 4 p.m. East, maybe 4:30, maybe pushing on 5, we'll see. Because getting that close is going to be, I think it's going to be spicy. I really thought it was going to be spicy here. After we retook 10.761, and I thought we are probably going to see a test of the descending high trend and a break, and then maybe some spice into the last 24 hours, but seems she is a fickle beast. She's shy. That's really what it is. Bitcoin shy. TD charts cracking me up. Total looks bullish on the 4-hour. Not bad. Bullish on the daily. We're counting by candle close, not wick. It's always a good sign when total looks bullish. Always a good sign. Double top. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, dude, you can see it. Like, this isn't, it's not as if we only started talking about 10.761 today or something. But dude, you can see it. The market cares about this price. Like consolidating underneath, fake breaks up, dumps down. Acts as resistance, higher low, breaks up. Distributes, falls down. Like it's just an important level. And you can see it even on low time frames. And it is, it's because it's the quarterly resistance, man. Big stuff. 5-minute bullish divergence here. Who cares? Yes. Another day. Box of probable secret. Secrets. Are no fun. I don't know. Alright. Well, Bitcoin not giving us any signal right now. What I'm going to do is let's let the stream, let it on, leave it on for a little bit. And I'm going to be watching. Then we're going to just jump out of the closet and spook everybody if something happens. That's my plan. And if nothing happens, guys, tomorrow night I will hopefully catch you all here. Pretty much same time, same place. And we're going to watch this quarterly close together. It's going to be magical. And anyone who says otherwise is a liar. It's going to be magical. So I hope to see you then. Love you, fam.
dreams tonight, and we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly. take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known, and we'll chase the night, race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly. Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams.